The death-winged angel had no interest in making friends. She mocked them as foolish humans from Blue Star, determined to end their little intrusion immediately. Screaming for them to die, the boss summoned her giant sword and slashed at the group. However, the red-eyed leader and Zentil stood unfazed as the attack passed right through them. Furious that her first attack had failed, the angel dove down at high speed, aiming a lethal stab directly at the red-eyed leader's chest with her glowing blade. Once again, the attack passed right through his body. The leader smugly told her that her efforts were completely useless and she could not harm him. Staring directly into her glowing eyes, he calmly repeated his message. He did not come here to fight her, but to rescue her. The guardian of the city of unjust death was completely baffled. She scoffed at his claim, wondering why a powerful being like herself would ever need help from mere mortals. The leader explained that a terrifying monster named Shadow, the undisputed strongest player on Blue Star, was actively hunting for her. The angel laughed, finding it hilarious that a human from a game that had just launched thought they could defeat her. She boasted that she would easily take Shadow's head regardless of his title. But the leader warned her that every boss Shadow targeted was completely destroyed. Shadow wanted to hunt her down to steal her overpowered bloodline, and if he succeeded, he would become completely unstoppable. Intrigued by his honesty, the death-winged angel calmed down. She admitted his transparency was interesting, but pointed out that any alliance required real sincerity. The leader asked what kind of proof she wanted. The angel revealed her demands. She wanted their lifespan, but more importantly, she wanted their souls. The leader was completely confused by this. The angel laughed wickedly at his confusion, realizing that the player's current level was still too low to understand soul-based mechanics. She decided to explain the terrifying reality of this world. Normally, players only lose lifespan upon death because their souls are protected. Lifespan is just a shield, but if a player's soul is destroyed, they die permanently in both the game and the real world. With a sinister grin, she explained that while low-level monsters are happy with lifespan, high-tier entities like her crave actual souls. If they could give her a soul that satisfied her hunger, she would cooperate. The squad instantly went pale as the terrifying truth sank in. They realized that if the angel consumed one of their souls, that person would be permanently deleted from existence. Before panic could set in, Harvey stepped forward without a single trace of fear, calmly offering his own soul to the monster. When Zentil tried to stop him, Harvey insisted he had already made up his mind and fully understood the consequences. He explained that he had joined this mission prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice. If giving up his soul was what it took to stop Shadow, he would pay the price. His only wish was for Zentil to care for his mother back home, which Zentil promised to do. The angel mockingly called his sacrifice touching, but coldly pointed out that a single soul was not enough to satisfy her hunger. Seeing their comrade ready to die alone, the other loyal members of the guild traded determined looks. Stepping up beside Harvey, the remaining subordinates looked up at the giant monster and shouted together that she could take their souls too. Zentil could only whisper their names, Ore, Kumi, and Halon, realizing they were actually going to sacrifice themselves. The leader deactivated the Soul Walker shield, completely exposing the men to the deadly abyss. Impressed by their loyalty, the angel declared she had felt their sincerity. Massive black energy tendrils erupted from her back, reaching down like claws. The sharp tendrils pierced straight through the three subordinates, hoisting them screaming into the dark air. With her prize secured, the angel flew high into the crimson sky, pulling the trapped men up with her. Without their shield, the system immediately registered that they were exposed to the extreme environment of the abyss, draining their lifespans at an unbelievable speed. Within seconds, their bodies withered, shriveled, and turned into skeletal husks. Their lifespans were instantly vaporized, and their glowing blue souls were ripped from their skeletal remains, floating right into the waiting angel. The angel greedily devoured the floating souls, letting out a moan of pure joy as she savored the delicious feast. Having eaten her fill, she floated back down to the leaders with a satisfied smirk, ready to discuss how they would work together to destroy Shadow. The leader laid out his plan. He wanted her to leave this city with him and sneak into the human world. From there, they could gather strong allies, bide their time, and defeat Shadow in one fell swoop. However, the angel mockingly told him he was dreaming. She explained that as an epic boss, the system rules bind her to this specific territory, making it impossible to leave the city of unjust death. But the leader was a master at exploiting loopholes, and calmly told her that there was actually a way to bypass this restriction. To demonstrate, he suddenly struck her to start a duel. The angel was caught off guard, wondering what he was trying to do. He explained the system exploit. As long as they maintain a constant battle state and stay close, the game will let her ignore her boundaries and follow him anywhere. The angel was impressed by his careful planning, realizing he had prepared for everything. She smiled and agreed to the plan, eager to see just how strong Shadow really was.